can't believe that this little person's actually in your life. It's like such a miracle.
We spend most of our lives wanting to stand out from the crowd, but this is one crowd you want to be a part of, especially if you're a couple who's been desperately trying to have a baby. It's estimated that 1 in every 5 couples in South Africa will have difficulty starting a family. 2 years ago, Blanche brought you the story of Dr. Colin, a Durban homeopath who was successfully treating infertility through alternative medicine. The reaction to the segment was phenomenal.
We had a couple of days worth of people just phoning. Our lines were jammed up. It was a tremendous sense of hope. That's what everyone said. Oh, it's just given us hope. It's just given us hope.
Viewers were inspired by the story of Cindy and Alistair Brand, who featured in our first story. The couple had been trying to have a baby for 2 years after their 14-year-old daughter, Tammy, died in a horrific car accident. After much heartache and 2 miscarriages, they decided to give alternative medicine a try and started Colin's program.
And I thought, well, at this stage, I'm so desperate, I'll try.
Colin didn't just work on Cindy. A big part of his treatment focuses on the potential fathers, something Alistair approached a little cautiously.
Initially, I thought, the chap's wacky, sure.
Despite Alistair's early reservations, the treatment proved to be right on the money. Kyle Brand was born in 2003, and in 2004, Cindy and Alistair were back with Colin for help with their next pregnancy. By the time our first story aired, the Brands were pregnant again.
Yeah, and this is the result of it.
We've been blessed, and this is blessed enough. No more blessings.
It's been 18 months since we first met Colin on Carte Blanche, and to date, following the insert, the number of pregnancies and births stands at 57, with even more on the way.
Definitely a direct response to watching Carte Blanche, 100%.
After the program aired, news of Colin's successes even crossed continents. Ex-South African Isabel Finney, now living in San Francisco with her husband Dennis, had been trying unsuccessfully to fall pregnant for 3 years.
And we had been to a traditional practitioner here in the United States. You know, he basically said that without hormones and injections, Isabel would never fall pregnant.
They said it was unexplained infertility.
It was while the couple was visiting Isabel's sick father back in South Africa that they decided to see Colin.
He really had a really good grasp of Western medicine, even though he's not an MD. He had a good grasp and understanding of the biology of it, and then he also had a good appreciation of the Eastern side.
After an intensive 2-day treatment with Colin, the couple went back to the United States with a 3-month supply of his herbal formula. 3 weeks later, Isabel was pregnant.
I took a pregnancy test and it was positive. I didn't quite believe it, so I went back to the store and I bought 3 more pregnancy tests, and they were positive.
9 months later, Isabel gave birth to a little boy, David.
I was in awe. In absolute awe, because I had truly come to a place thinking that we probably wouldn't have kids.
Infertility has become an international epidemic. According to many fertility specialists, including Colin, our stressful lifestyles are largely responsible for infertility. Stress is nature's contraceptive because it uses up cortisol, a hormone vital to the production of our sex hormones. Cortisol triggers the fight or flight response in our bodies.
It is more important for you to stay alive than to have a baby.
Colin uses unconventional methods to treat infertility. Besides using natural medicines to rebalance the sex hormones, he incorporates alternative treatments in the mix in an attempt to de-stress and re-energize the body's nervous system.
A lot of the last resort people, my attitude to them was, look, I can't guarantee you a pregnancy, but I'll definitely help to make you healthier.
Linda Brown was willing to accept these odds.
I went through about 8 laparoscopies. And I had 2 topics in between, and then I removed one of my ovary and one of my tubes.
Colin has helped Linda achieve the impossible. Her gynecologist had told her that medically she would never conceive, as her only remaining fallopian tube and ovary are on opposite sides.
I saw him on Carte Blanche a couple of years ago, and I decided, well, that's my last resort.
After 8 years of battling to fall pregnant, Linda conceived after just 2 months on Colin's program. 9 months later, Shante was born. Colin says Linda's miracle is not unheard of in medical circles, but says he simply gave nature a boost.
There has been research to find that the fallopian tube can actually pick up the egg out of a little pouch of Douglas which sits behind the uterus. So she's not the first one we've had success like that.
She is my whole life.
But while Colin is helping change lives, there is still some skepticism from the medical fraternity.
If I've got 57 people that fall pregnant after they've come to see me and it's a fluke, then I must be a really lucky man.